I very much kind of cut a lot of people out of my life, and it has benefited me. And it is tough, because there's some people you've known for years, like throughout all of school, and it's like you just stop talking to them. And for a while, it feels kind of weird because there's kind of this gap in your life, like they fill this gap and now they're gone. You kind of like, okay, this is weird now because I don't speak to them. I speak to them every day and I don't speak to them at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. But,
yeah. It's crazy how many of us here have had the very, very similar experience. It's the nature of like the education system, and you make the friends in school and you end up, you think it's a real friendship, but even the early school years, it's like you were friends because you sat next to each other and you had a somewhat similar. The thing is, you probably didn't even have a similar sense of humor. It's just everyone's just fake as fuck, just trying to fit in, and suddenly you merge into having a similar sense of humor after a few years of like beat downs and social conditioning. But if your friendship is based on like, oh yeah, we were in the same class in high school, it's like, it's probably not real friendship. It's just because it was like logistical and you had to spend time with each other, and so naturally little kids end up, like doing things that that sounds like friendship. But because this is where it gets so tricky, that people, you don't even realize that having a good time with someone and having, seeing your friends for years and spending time playing video games and laughing together, you don't even realize that that's not even a display of friendship. Because there's lots of people in this situation who have been friends with the same people since high school, and you laugh together and you play video games together, and then you're not actually friends because they don't even like you, and you've never even actually liked them. You just kind of rely on them because you don't want to be seen as like alone in the social system. This is why I hate school, bro. Because when you think about the system that it's set for you, it's not even your fault that you're in this situation, Greg. The whole system was against you. You of course you needed to make friends with these little Jeffreys, little potheads. You needed to. It's like, because what else? Like, you were in a system that essentially forced you to fit in, and if you didn't have friends, then you're low status, and that really hurts, and then you're like seen as a loser and stuff. So it's better to have like little stoner friends than it isn't. It was never a real friendship to begin with. Real friendship is when you've got that brother who's got your back. Who simply, if I was going to put into one term, a real friend is someone who actually wants good things for you. The friend who's there ready to pass you over the joint, it's like he's handing you a bad thing. It's like that's not a friend. He does not like you. You're there. You know why you get paranoid, like highs next to this prick? Because he doesn't even like you, bro. You're just smoking weed with someone he's a foe, like he's an enemy, like he's got red text as his name above him, man. Real friendship is with someone who actually wants the best for you. Who, when you tell them this accomplishment that you've had recently, they'll be happy. They'll genuinely feel happy emotions for you, which is beautiful. When something bad has happened to you, they will genuinely feel bad too. Beautiful. Fake friendship, which I know that this is going to sound extreme, but a lot of friends are like this. When something bad happens to you, fake friends feel good. They literally like to see bad shit happen to you. And when something good happens to you, they feel bad and jealous and hate. Like the hate boils in, insecurity, inferiority, and all of us have probably experienced friends like this. And the longer you keep them in your life, the more weak you're gonna be, and also the more respect you're gonna lose for yourself, because you're not a fool. You know exactly what's happening. So you said you see these guys a lot less, which is fantastic. The day you fully decide to respect yourself, Greg, you'll pretty much never speak to them ever again. That day one of moving on with your life and deleting them from your contacts list and Discord and wherever else you've got them on, day one will either be 4 years from now or 6 months from now, or it could be today.
I actually recently did that. I deleted them from my contacts. They were in there for like a few months. I'm like not speaking to them, and I was like, you know what? Why? Like, I just delete the people I was speaking to. I did that. There's like 5-10 people there now, so
good for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I have to say, thinking back, that was this one thing my friend said to me. One of my old friends said to me one time. I think we were like playing ping pong, like a high, you know what I mean? And he just said, like, I've been in like a period of like self-improvement, kind of just focusing on myself, because like it was just before we did exams, so it's like focusing on my studies, just focusing on myself really. And then in the summer when we were like high and stuff, he said like I'd fallen back into hanging out with them, kind of doing the bad habits, and then he said something which, like, looking back, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe like I just didn't even like see this. He said like, it's nice to have the old Greg back.
Oh.
But I thought to myself, wait, but the old Greg like jacked off like twice a day. He smoked weed all the time. He skipped the gym. He didn't do good habits. And I was like, wait, I'm only here because I'm not focusing on myself, and I've succumbed again to like doing these bad habits. And this guy's happy to see me doing this bad stuff again.
Why do you think he's happy about that?
Maybe because it makes him feel better.
Crab. The lower you are in the bucket, the safer he feels.
Yeah.
That's not real friendship. Like I literally just said, it's like that's fake friendship is the guys who feel good when you're doing bad. These people will hold you back. So I'm so glad and proud of you, Greg, that you were able to detach away from that, because I know how hard that is as well.